Hello, guys. This is the 8th of October, and we are having this lesson on relationship, Facebook, and one more thing we will discuss today. Now we're speaking about these statements, whether they are true or false for you, judging by your own experience. And Ksenia is speaking on this point here. You should never criticize your friend's partner. So this is about Ksenia's, like, you have a girlfriend, like your friend that you are in good relationship with, and she has a boyfriend, and you say, oh, you know what, he is an asshole, or like, you know, he's a jerk.
No, I never say it because it's very hard to...
Yeah, it may hurt your friend's feelings if you criticize her partner, right? And you don't want to cause that kind of feelings in your friend, because you will stop being a friend for her.
Yeah. And when your partner knows that I said about him in that way, I think he he don't like me, and
he wouldn't like me.
Yeah, he wouldn't like me, and he just one.
And you can подорвать отношения, to undermine relationship. Undermine relationship. Sending it to you in the chat. To undermine relationship means make it be a hazard to it, like make it less strong. So Ksenia would never do it, would never criticize your friend's partner. What about you, Leon? Would you say that your friend's girlfriend is a bitch? Sorry.
Yeah. Usually I also don't criticize, but I think that it depends on situation, and sometimes it's maybe really necessary to share your opinion with your friend. It's maybe it's can help him somehow.
Maybe she is a real bitch and you need to save your friend from that.
Yeah, just open his eyes.
I like Leon is very careful with answers.
But I think it's really extremely and rarely situation.
Yeah, you would say, so yeah, of course I was giving like a rough example, but you would say, you know what, she is not the right kind for you. You shouldn't like make relationship with her. She is not your kind and stuff.
Can we say she is not your cup of tea?
Cup of tea is more of like things that you do. Here she's not your match. M-A-T-C-H. She's not your match. She's not the right kind of person for you. She's not your person. You could say she's not your person, but cup of tea not in this case, because cup of tea is about like things that you like doing, hobbies and stuff. So I would agree with you in this question, saying it's not good to criticize, because when you're criticizing somebody who your friend loves, it's going to be a problem between you and the friend. I always try to be careful with those things. I speak my mind openly, but in a very soft way, just giving my opinion only when my friend wants it. If my friend asks me for my opinion, what do you think about my boyfriend? Like, do you think he is the right kind for me? I would give my opinion honestly in a soft way, not to hurt my friend's feelings, but I would never say he's a sweetheart, meaning he's a jerk. I would never like play this double game, because when things turn over to be different, it's going to be painful for your friend that you said one thing and then the other. I remember a situation having a relationship with a man who was, like, as my friend said, like, who in fact turned out to be a bad match for me. And my best friend was the only person who never said anything positive about our relationship. She said, okay, all right, okay, well, okay. So she never was like, wow, such a good couple. And so she
it's American style, I think.
Probably. So that was pretty honest on her part, and I appreciated that she never was appreciating that relationship and never played a double game with me. Yeah, she was always honest with me, and that keeps our friendship going, you know. So Leon, next. Is it Leon's? No, it's Ksenia's. E.
You should never lend money to a friend or borrow money. Hard question. I think it's depend on situation. For example, in our case, like mine and my husband, we lend money.
Lend это give.
Sorry, we borrow money from our friends, and our relationship was good after that.
Have you given it back? Have you given the money back?
Of course.
Then there is you make sense. It makes sense to speak about this, because if you haven't given it back, we still can't speak about the results.
When you don't give back money, everybody, not your friends, it's definitely broke your relationship.
But with the bank, it doesn't break your relationship with the bank. You're just taken to court.
Okay, you can lend the money from your mother or father or sister, and if you don't give it back, I think it's broke your relationship.
Break your relationship. Yeah, that's true. So you don't really agree with this saying. It just depends how well you can control yourself. If you promise to do things, can you keep your promise? Leon, what do you think? Lending money to friends or borrowing money from friends?
Really a hard question, and I most agree than disagree. And I know a great phrase. If you want to lose your friend, just lend him money.
Yeah.
And I have a few situations in my life when I lend money to my friends. They gave it back for me, but anyway, it's affect your friendship, and of course it depends on the situation. But as I know, other people experience, usually it can break a friendship.
You know, this
very much
yeah, this very much depends. Is devil? I agree. It very much depends on how good you are, how well you can keep your promise, or your friend can keep a promise. It's the matter of your personal values. Yeah. If you take money, you promise to give it back, and then no matter what, you have to give it back. Just like take it from somebody else and give it back. It's a good way to check your friends. Yeah. If your friends don't pass this money borrowing test, maybe they're not your friends. So I agree. Like if you want to lose a friend, lend money to your friend. But still, there are situations when there is nobody but a friend to help you out, and we have to still look at those. Yeah, controversial.
Let me share a little story.
Okay.
It's not about friends, but on the one of my last job, we have a curious situation. One our colleague borrow money almost from all our team, and and a few weeks later he go out from our company, and as I know, no one he don't give back money for no one from us. We
did you borrow him?
Friends, sorry?
Did you lend him money as well?
Yeah. And as I remember, I lent him как-то больше всех.
Oh,
Yeah. Can you say this?
I lent him the most amount of money.
You can say more than anyone. I lent
More than
anyone.
anyone.
You were the kindest in the office, Leon.
Maybe.
How long had you known this person?
Oh, I don't remember exactly. Maybe
Roughly.
about 1 year. It
Mhm.
was a remote job, and we and we never be in touch.
We never were in touch. Yeah, that was quite thoughtless of you to do that.
And as I
without knowing.
remember, it was his second attempt when he borrowed money from me the first time. He returned it, but next time he tried to borrow more money. It was a great scheme, as I know. Lend a little money first time,
build up trust.
show that you can trust him,
build
and
up
next
trust.
time trying to make it be bigger.
You got your lesson, Leon. You got your lesson, right?
Oh, yeah, it's a great lesson, but you always think maybe this person have a really difficult situation, and if you can help someone, you should do it.
Yeah,
And
but
usually you как ты можешь убедиться в этом только после того, как сделаешь.
make sure you can make sure.
And you make sure only after you did it. And
Yeah, I see.
it
But
is
still,
my
these are our
problem.
lessons: learning to live, learning to assess people and our actions. So hopefully this didn't destroy your budget too much. Hopefully you survived that.
Yeah.
A few things, Leon, as you were telling the story in the past simple, you'd rather keep to the past simple. Have a look in the chat. So this first phrase, one of my last jobs. One of my, not
Previous
last.
jobs.
Yeah, previous is a good way, a good word. One of my previous jobs. Or you could say recent jobs. Recent, those that happened recently, one of my recent jobs. Then go out from our
Went
company.
out.
wait.
Went out.
But like go out is maybe like go to the toilet or go out for a drink. Can you use a different word? Not go out.
Quit, maybe.
Huh?
Left.
Left or quit.
Left.
Yeah, he left the company or he quit the job. He quit the job from the company. He left the company. He disappeared, if you wish so, but he left the company, quit the job, and he don't give back.
Didn't.
He didn't. Yeah, keep to the tense that you are telling the story in. He didn't give the money back. Okay, Ksenia, Leon, number F. This one.
Oh, it's impossible to stay good friends with an ex-partner.
It's impossible.
I more agree than disagree, and I don't know any examples from my close friends and people who I know that they have such experience to stay good friends with ex. But I just read about it and watch films, etc.
So you would say this is less possible than possible.
Yeah, it's less possible.
Some expressions for you to try to use in your speech, the new ones. Ksenia, what do you think?
Hard question as well, but I know some people who know good friends, but they are in a good relationship. Like they speak with each other and so on. But yes, not close friends.
So they kind of keep touch. Do they keep touch?
Keep touch, yeah.
They keep in touch. They communicate well, but they don't go out together. They don't visit each other's places and stuff. So yeah, like I don't think it's possible to stay good friends, like be good friends and spend time together, like as with your ex, because it would mean something else. It would mean that the story between the two of you is not over, probably. Yeah, because good friends are people who spend time together because they have got things in common. And with men and women, it's like I hardly believe this is possible to be in a relationship, to break up, and then become friends again without any feelings. That's not possible, because especially if they have had sex and then being friends together after that it looks really, really strange. I don't know a single couple who would just be true friends, just friends after relationship and breaking up. That's quite unlikely to happen. Good. Thank you very much for this discussion. Guys, did you do homework? No.
No.
Yeah, so this is piece of vocabulary. Let's do it together now. It says my best friend in school, and there are some expressions to put in this text. Be, become, get in touch, get on, feel, leave, lose touch. Yeah, so let's put these phrases into gaps, and just let's start with Leon.
I first met Russ on my first day.
Past simple. Leon, keep it past simple. I first met Ruth.
I first met Ruth on my first day at primary school. We both
very lost.
Fell, very lost.
Fell — это падали.
Я подумал, ощущали себя или чувствовали.
Да, только прошедшая форма глагола feel какая?
Felt.
Felt very lost. Мы чувствовали себя потерянными.
Felt very lost and afraid, but we soon became best friends.
Simple. We soon became best friends. Yeah, let's have a quick look at this feel word. Remember I told you when you go feel, felt is the past simple. Felt. But when you go, it's difficult to, maybe I'll do it with here in PowerPoint. With the verb fall, падать, fall, fell, fallen. These are the forms, the past forms for the verb to fall, падать. And in order to remember this easy, fall, fell, fallen, just do this. Just turn the word fell into a ladder. Да, сделайте лестницу из глагола fell. You see, I just rotate it, and then I remove the can you see a ladder? Yeah, you go on the ladder and then you fall off the ladder. It's fall, fell, fallen. Yeah, so and feel will be different. With feel you go feel, felt, I'm sorry, felt, feel, felt is going to the past simple for the word feel, felt. Вот это не лестница, тут уже T не похоже на лестницу, okay? So again, felt very lost, soon became friends. Ksenia, continue.
We got in touch very well from
No, we can't get in touch because Ksenia, they already met and they were friends. To get in touch, это выйти на связь.
We get on.
Largely, we got on.
We got on very well from the start because we like playing the same games together. Next one.
Next is Leon. Next is Leon. Hello, Andrew.
Good morning.
You're student number 3 today.
Oh.
We were best friends for over 15 years.
But have a look at this for over 15 years.
It's past perfect.
True.
Yeah.
Now, Leon, say the form. The tense is correct. It's past perfect.
We have been.
Have been is present perfect because have is a present word.
Had.
Exactly. We had been. Okay, continue reading.
We had been best friends for over 15 years, and both primary and secondary school, but unfortunately we lost touch when we when we left school to go to university.
Yeah, Andrew will continue when we left school. Recently
I found her on Facebook and I sent her a message. She got on.
What did she do? I wrote her a message. I found her on Facebook and
got
sent her
in
a
touch.
message. Yeah, вышла на связь. She got in touch.
Got in touch, and we are going to meet up again after all these years.
These
years.
Okay, good.
Good job, Andrew.
2 more stories. Student, my parents and my disastrous date. Positive and negative. Let's do number 1. Can you see the text well enough?
It could be large. It could be a bit bigger.
Okay, looking at the picture, remember, making the picture larger.
Oh, much better.
Oh, much better, yeah.
But as I remember, was there any text upside?
There was one more, yeah, like we just did this one.
No, I mean on this picture, on this page.
Like the task.
Yeah, the task.
With the task. So let's start with Andrew. My dad. Okay, the words: celebrate, fall in love with, get married, get to know, go out together, propose, see. Andrew, start, please.
My dad says that as soon as he saw my mom, he fell in love with her.
He what? He?
Fall.
In the past?
Fell.
Fallen.
Can you tell me the 3 forms of fall?
Oh my God.
Fall.
No,
I just explained it 3 minutes ago. What is it?
Fallen.
Fallen.
But
something like
this.
This.
What's about fall? Feel? As I understood.
Felt, fallen.
Remember that, Randa?
Felt. Feel. Fall другое. Feel. Fall.
Okay, going back. See this letter from which we were falling? Fall,
Magic ladder.
fell, fallen.
Fall.
Okay, these are the three forms of the verb fall.
Oh
So,
my
once
God.
again,
My dad says that as soon as he saw my mom, he fell in love with her.
fell in love with her. Fantastic. Is the right verb. Continue, Leon.
My mom says that after a couple of months, when she'd got to know my dad, she felt the same.
She'd, you said got to know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Got to know. She felt the same. Ksenia?
I don't know if that's true or not, but what I do know is that they
Charges.
they
Went out together, maybe.
Yeah.
7 months before he.
where is it went out? Go out together. Went out together for 7 months before he proposed to her in 1961 at the Santiago
Bernabeu.
Bernabeu, что? Bernabeu
Bernabeu.
football stadium while they were watching a match.
Thank you. That's right. Leon, please.
My mom said yes, and they got married in 1963 in Madrid.
And Andrew?
They celebrated their golden wedding anniversary last year and are still incredibly happy together.
Okay, now on happy story. Ksenia, start. The words ask, ask out, fancy, not get on, give, have, introduce.
Okay. Okay. I just split up with my boyfriend, and a college introduced me. Colleague introduced me to Paul.
Paul.
Paul. His flatmate at a bar in September of.
I'm sorry, guys. Just
28. Как мы говорим? Напомните.
28.
28.
28?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe 2008.
Alex will be with us for a moment. Okay, he'll be good.
Oh,
Good morning, Alex. How are you today?
Just woke up. He just woke up. So gonna be learning English. There you go.
Excuse me,
So,
could
Tatiana,
you
we need
say
your
in
help.
English? Yeah, we need your help.
What?
2008. 28 or
2008. 2008.
2008.
Yeah, before 2010, before 2010, you would say 2000 and the year 2000, but 2001, 2002, 2003, and so on. Good.
She was very good looking, and I really
fancied him?
Yeah.
Втюрилась.
Запала.
Запала.
Remember the word?
Yeah.
No.
Really
But I forget regular or irregular this.
it's a
Yeah.
regular verb. Yeah, verb.
Yeah.
So, and at the end, continue. Leon, continue.
At the end of the evening, he asked out me For
Asked
phone number.
me out. Yeah, word order. Asked me out.
Asked me out for my phone number, so
No. It's not out. He asked me for my phone number.
Just ask.
Спросил what? Yeah, it's just ask. This word here.
Ah,
He asked me for my phone number.
okay. Asked me for my phone number, so I gave it to him.
So I gave it to him. Good.
I
and
was really happy when he got in touch. Double in. Is it?
well, I was really, when he got in touch with me.
No. There is two in. Is it a mistake?
It's a mistake. It's a misprint typo.
He got in touch with me the next day, and
Maybe ask out.
Ask out. Yeah, asked me out for dinner.
Asked me out for dinner. Good. Ксения?
А вот это ask out, это как предложил, получается?
Пригласил.
Пригласил.
Ask me out for dinner. So, это как попросить, но попросить куда? Ask me out. То есть попросил меня вот погулять, out, выйти. Ask me out for dinner.
Unfortunately, the date was a bit of a disaster because although he was attractive, we really didn't get on.
Exactly. We didn't get on. Leon?
During the meal, I found out that we
didn't have absolutely nothing in common.
Absolutely nothing in common.
Once again, Leon, what is the phrase?
Didn't have.
No.
Had no.
Because you have got the word nothing and it's negative. You can't have double negation in an English sentence. So you would say
had absolutely nothing.
We had absolutely nothing. Nothing already gives you the negative meaning.
Yeah.
So you would say we didn't have anything in common, or we had nothing in common. There's only one negation. Okay, thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, look at these sentences.
There is one sentence I should read it.
Okay.
Of course, we never had a second date. Thank you.
Okay, never have a second date. Bye-bye. All right. Look at these phrases, please. And there is one word that is used in every of these sentences to translate this into English. I mean, one English word. You would translate this sentences with one English word. What word is this? What word is it?
Wood?
No. Yeah, look at these sentences.
Want.
And think, can you drop your words in the chat with which word you would use in translating every of these sentences. I'll give you a minute to think. I'll drop Alex to somebody else to look after him and be back to you in a moment.
Ой. Она меня больше не возбуждает.
А где здесь типа используется like во втором? Я не представляю себе, как их можно есть. Как ты это перевел?
Какой-нибудь там может этот make.
Блин, это ж просто слово. Что ты? Может, я ошибся. Ну чего вы уже пристали ко мне?
Нет, так я просто смотрю на твой ответ и подумала, значит, что-то чувак знает.
Да, наверняка.
Ну, да, почти везде подходит like, но только вот я во втором не могу предложение составить like.
Может, да. А вот где лайк в третьем? Или всё
Ну,
ещё
там
один?
люблю,
I
знаешь,
still
там
like,
Лайк?
love.
like, love.
Ну, знаешь, смотри, если любит, то и возбуждает, а если
А
любит и
если
не
просто лайк,
возбуждает, то
то может
лайк.
не возбуждать, да? Это? Ну,
Да-да-да, ну,
да,
как бы все
логично.
понятно. Все понятно.
Like?
Ну, похоже на то.
No,
Эх,
Could,
no.
may, might.
It's very similar to like.
Love.
Like.
Look.
No. We need a tip.
Okay,
Раза.
there's your tip. A clue. You need a clue. There's your clue.
5 букв.
Mm.
Likely?
Oh, fancy.
Fancy?
Ta-da!
Ах ты, блин.
Okay, so let's try to translate them. Start, Leon.
Do you fancy of drink?
Say it again.
Something.
Do you
fancy
a drink? Do you fancy a drink? Do you fancy a drink? Like this word fancy is very conversational. You would hardly meet it in course books and like official texts, but it's very conversational. People use them rather in speech than in text. So just for communicating. Ksenia?
Я не знаю, где здесь надо вставлять fancy.
I don't
have to say
fancy.
I don't fancy. No. How can you?
How
eat
it
it?
possible to eat? Oh.
Now,
I don't
interesting.
fancy eating them.
Give me an English equivalent of this in the chat. Please waiting for your answer.
In addition to my wife, I have a girlfriend.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Waiting for your translation. She doesn't fancy me, or I don't fancy her.
Hi. Yeah. You're right.
Ksenia, Leon, are you ready with your sentences?
Oh, almost.
I spell very
Slowly.
slowly. Yeah.
And I still, but she doesn't excite me. Leon, where is
I don't
fancy?
know how to end the sentence.
Where is fancy? You missed out the using the fancy word.
Yeah.
Why past perfect? 4 2 years.
I have been married for 2 years. Уже 2 года как к настоящему моменту. That's right. It's present. It's not past. It's present perfect. I have been married for 2 years, but blah, blah, blah. Okay. I have been married for 20 years. Oh, for 2 years. Although I love my wife, I don't fancy her. And it probably should be 20 because you know what? With 2 years, it should be enough of fanciness. Should be 20. Tin, tin, tin. I don't fancy her. I don't fancy. So fancy is like, want. I want. I wish. I think. Like fancy is similar to like. Okay, not she doesn't fancy, but I don't fancy her. Он нравился девочкам и восхищал ребят. Let's do Andrew. Say.
Oh. No.
Passive voice.
Girls fancied him. And
boys.
Girls and boys fancied him.
Leon, what do you think?
The girls fancied.
Can you start the sentence with he?
He.
And fancy?
Mm-hmm. You will need passive voice.
Was fancied?
He was fancy.
Where?
He was fancied by girls.
And boys.
He was fancied by and admired by. With passive voice, it's able to keep him in a subject. He was fancied by the girls and admired by
the. Как-то вот сложно понять, то есть вот этот, да, когда fancy в passive voice, как-то оно вот.
Я поэтому даю вам так много примеров, чтобы вы
какой-то вообще слом мозга получается, когда пытаешься смысл понять, вот почему-то именно вот с этим.
Именно поэтому, чтобы вы с разных сторон посмотрели на это слово. Оно необычное, непривычное, оно очень разговорное, оно так conversational. Поэтому, чтобы проникнуть в его смысл, мы с разных сторон...
Смотрите, тут как бы вот это, с одной стороны, passive voice, но наоборот, это как бы...
Теоретически, если вы замените fancy на like, оно пойдет где-то по смыслам и по грамматической форме. Смотрите, do you like a drink? I don't like eating them. But I don't like her. He was liked by the girls. Теоретически, если заменить его на like, оно где-то там пойдет. Но все равно у него другое поле значений, чем у like. Поэтому грамматически он работает как like. И лексически похож. Но у него есть более широкий круг значений. Ксения.
Both of you
Most of you could do what you fancy.
You too can do whatever you fancy.
Whatever you fancy. Ну, странно слышать в таком контексте слово fancy. Хочется сказать like. Whatever you like.
That's something new for you. Okay. Then we will go to phrase me and have a look at this word in movies. Oh. Next, please, Leon. Andrew now.
I really fancy to ski in Dublin.
After fancy, you would use ing form, continuous form.
I'm really
fancy what?
Ice skating.
I really fancy what? Ice skating in Dublin sometime soon. Leon?
If you think that you the victim of
circumstances,
you don't fancy your life enough.
Any other ideas? Okay, I'll give you this one. If you are fancying yourself a victim of circumstances, you are not participating enough in your own destiny.
А почему получается именно в начале?
Like If you're fancying yourself a victim of sex, this is what I'm talking about. Fancy is a super tricky word, okay? На что тебе маскарадный костюм, Ксения?
Понятия не имею.
Fancy suit?
Fancy suit, yeah, really?
Yeah.
Fancy dress.
Dress.
Fancy.
На тебе что, маскарадный костюм? На тебе что, маскарадный костюм?
Suit, fancy dress on you.
Ксения? It's a short little sentence, come on.
Что тебе меня смущает? Why do you need не знаю, fancy suit?
Are you wearing a fancy dress? Are you wearing a fancy dress? Okay. Andrew.
This fancy dress. Oh, I like this shiny.
Where is fancy, Andrew?
Fancy, but
I fancy this shiny pencils
I'm fancy.
which you are
just
using.
what fancy about.
I like the shiny fancy pens you are using. Oh.
You know what? Let's go through these words and give a Russian translation of the word fancy. Okay. The first one.
Выпить. Хотел бы выпить.
Хотеть. Do you fancy drink? Хотеть. I don't fancy eating them. Представлять. Fancy her anymore. Возбуждать. Then he was fancied by the girls. Нравился. You can you can do whatever you fancy.
Хотите.
Again, хотите, we have хотел здесь. So I really fancy ice skating.
Хотелось
бы высказывание предпочтения, пожелания, да?
Считаешь.
Считать себя. Считать, I think, consider.
Маскарадный.
Fancy dress, маскарадный костюм. And fancy pens.
Яркий.
Яркий, блестящий.
Какой-то прикольный, яркий, необычный. Вот, смотрите, fancy.
Очень странное слово. Как такое может быть?
Ужасное слово, да.
Вообще ужасное.
Никогда его использовать не буду.
Let's have a look at the word fancy in movies.
Fancy that.
Ну, когда типа говорят про одежду fancy, я понимаю, но когда вот в остальном контексте, который мы разбирали, я вообще не понимаю, почему вы там его использовали. Ну,
вы видите эту прекрасную стопку денег? Прям
ну, когда типа, знаешь, употребляется в контексте какой-то красоты, там, то это понятно.
Fancy that. Merlot is really fancy.
Yeah.
You don't fancy getting married, do you?
You don't fancy getting married, do you? See? That's it. That's all we have.
Rephrase me.
You don't fancy getting married, do you? What if I don't fancy?
What if I don't fancy being with Joan in that way? Если мне не нравится.
Being with Joan in that way.
Frank don't fancy me, and I don't fancy Frank, right? See, very, very conversational. Oh my God.
Sorry to be a bit forward and all that, but
Real
you don't fancy
English.
have a Christmas drink, do you? But in here, I've been fancy sleeping in.
I didn't know it was was coming. It's good I didn't show it to the kids.
Don't forget to
What?
share the lesson record.
Okay, that's
We
a good one. Not in
We
the
will,
end.
we will check next lesson. Will other guys see this or not?
And whether they watch the video till the end, right? The lesson is being recorded. Okay, I don't fancy sleeping in someone else's revolting spunk.
Someone else's revolting spunk.
Okay, no more examples, okay? You can do it yourself if you want.
Oh,
I told you fancy is a very, very tricky word. It comes where you
Yeah.
don't expect it, yeah? It has got different meanings with different areas, with different topics. That's why if you want, you can investigate the word fancy all by yourself next time. Okay, so we're done with the relationship. Next time, what I want you to do, I'm going to give you a translation, guys. Ta-da! This one over here. It includes the vocabulary of the previous unit, all of these lovely words. Have a look. Da, 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 da. I created it by myself so that you could use the expressions from what we have studied, okay? And there are seven big sentences. You can start translating them little by little, a sentence a day. Please make
On
sure you
somebody?
write them. Huh?
Cheat on somebody? It's about cheating? Yeah, I there is a word. Cheat on somebody.
Cheat on? Yeah, cheat on
Yeah.
is like изменять.
Yeah, I
Обманывать
know.
кого-то. Yeah. So please do this with your head. Please don't use Google Translate. If you use Google Translate, there's nothing for you to do in this lesson. You can as well use Google Translate and live your life happily without having to learn English. If you're here with me to learn to speak English, to use your brain for that, please translate it with your brain. If you're going to use Google Translate, you're welcome to just stop having English classes and use Google Translate all your life. It's good enough. You can survive with Google Translate anywhere in the world, okay? I beg you to use your brain. Do the typing or writing, whatever's more comfortable for you, but you have to think about it at home, yeah, not at the lesson. Because spontaneous translation is different from when you can prepare for it, okay? I want you to practice your brain in just like giving you time to translate the sentences from Russian into English, and we will check them together next lesson. This is attached at the link in your homework, yeah? Please don't forget to rate this lesson today. We'll really appreciate whatever you like or not. Leave your comments, and if you wish to have something else, if you like some kind of lesson and don't like the other kind of lesson, I will be happy to know that. Thank you very much for coming today, you guys. Have a lovely weekend ahead. Yeah, see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.